Welcome to Santaroga Surplus. We are working on the Polish P64 pistol series. This is part 2. We're going to do the field stripping and take the grips off and take a look at the components of the firearm. Remember once again that this is a decocking safety, and the safety prevents the firing pin from moving at all in addition to blocking the hammer as it drops. There is a loaded chamber indicator here, and the only other control you really have to worry about is the trigger, which has a stiff double action trigger pull, but I don't have a problem with it. I don't know, everyone's a wimp. The single action trigger pull is very light and has a tactile and short reset, and it's actually very nice. Of course, it varies from pistol to pistol. The one that I carry is very light. This one has a little bit of creep in it, but not bad. So, again, to take down, you want to have the magazine out, chamber empty, safety off, hammer back, pull this down. Okay, it just pulls down, and then it can go off to either side. Just a little bit, there's a hinge here, okay, and there you go. Slide back, and it comes back far enough for the internal rails, which are here, the internal rails, to go past the frame rails. Okay, and the reason it does that is because this part of the slide can go back a little further when this block is pulled out of the way. That's very basic, and this is where the major similarity to the Walther is, that and the decocking safety, but those are just standard things. Okay, so grips are very simple. There's a screw. There's a nut on the other side, and then the grips come off. This is the project pistol, and I received it for very cheap because it has a cracked grip panel and really ugly import marks. It's ridiculous how bad this one is. And the magazine has some glue repairs to it, but the base plate still comes off. We'll probably be working mostly with this magazine, which is a spare. However, this magazine is unique because it's the only one I've ever seen with the PWA stamp there. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to go check through my other unboxed magazines that I got in surplus and see if there's another one of those. I suspect it's an inspection stamp, and I suspect it comes from a specific era, but I don't know anything about it really. I know that the follower design is very slightly different. I can see it here. You can see it on the front. It's very slightly different. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It's double stamped too. There's another stamp here above the electropenciling, and I've never actually noticed that stamp visibly on a magazine before, so we'll see. This is your complete, what they call detailed field strip. This is about as far as it goes. Okay, remember that this is keyed. It has a loose end. You don't want to put it that way. It has a tight end that you have to kind of screw on a little bit. You want to put it that way. That is your recoil spring. You may purchase recoil springs and hammer springs. This is the hammer spring right here, at your leisure from, I think it's Wolf Springs, and you can actually balance them and make them lighter, and that will reduce your double action trigger pull some. I don't know if it's necessary. This is one of the pistols where get good with it first and then try to figure out how to make a $500 pistol out of a $200 surplus gun. The quality of build is there for a $500 pistol, but it's a military gun, and it's just always going to be a military gun. So that is your hammer spring. You'll notice that the frame is not a complete wraparound. It does not enclose all the internals. This is one of the differences, departures from what people think of as the Walther design. This was independently designed. Okay, this spring and the way this operates in here is very slightly different, and that is part of the upgrade they did with the 1972 change. And we'll pull one of the other ones out and get into that when we get to taking everything apart from the grip frame, or from the receiver frame. Okay? The next step will be the slide, and that's it. Have a good one.